Well, hello there. Again. We've been here some time ago. For me, it is a couple of hours ago. I was so upset that it did not
I'd be happy to talk. My pleasure, really.
Peacher's sack. I have never seen it before. It's quite light, however, can you imagine that kind of thing on your back? Quite remarkable, really. You see those veins? Wow, really great. Beautiful, beautiful model. Anyway, what I was doing the last time we have been here was trying to fix my pearls quest. And once I typed in the console command, it did work, but my OBS died. So I don't think I'll be doing that now. I think I'll do it some other time. But we did manage, Reman did manage to incinerate the palm tree, obscuring the view from the astrological society. And as you can tell, it did not help much with our weather problem. So I've done some research, and I know that it's that it actually needs a couple of hours. No, still nothing. Let's just have a full night sleep. Wake up at 6, as normal people do. Yeah, didn't help. So I will not... Will I? I wanted to say I dare not type another console command in case OBS just dies as before. But to be perfectly honest, I have nothing else to do here because my 5 types of pearls quest is undoable without console command help. This is something I actually do need to do, but I would appreciate walking to Strand with fair weather. And the rest is back in Morrowind. So, it's tiny citric, but it takes a week also. So, yeah, what can we do? Not much if we want to, like, journal. a nice number, yeah. So, I'm tempted to read something, really, you know? Maybe let's read Privileges of the Dead. We have not read anything for the longest time, so it would be fun, Privileges of the Dead by Sato Voria. Many of late have called for a ban on necromancy. The ancient art, this voices claim, is an abominable practice which defiles the body and soul, disrespects the laws of arcade, and preys on the well-deserved rest of the dead. Such superstitions are quite common in the provinces, especially in heathen Morrowind. and in the northwestern regions, which have had much to suffer from the foul Manimarchian practices. Have I pronounced it right? Manimarchian, I think. Petitions have been made in the Elder Council to forbid the necromantic practice, an action supported by many leading scholars in the Mages Guild. I freely admit that acts of necromancy as practiced by primitives like the Reman or by the avaricious servants of Manimarco should be persecuted whenever possible. But to consider such amateur displays as similar to the refined art of Nibonese necromancy, the ancient privilege of the battle mage aristocracy, is nothing short of an insult. Do we condemn a master of destruction for the actions of every arsonist hatch witch? Arsonist hatch witch, nice. Do we persecute a skilled alchemist for a misdeeds of every skooma brewer? Of course not. Yet, to the opponents of necromancy, every two-bit worm cultist appears to be a peer of the esteemed taxidermists of Mir Corrup. We will see Mir Corrup soon enough. I mean, I hope in my lifetime. And in Mir Corrup, or Mir Corrup, I have actually no idea, we will probably meet our lifelong friend, Lucius. I cannot wait. I really cannot wait. Right. First, it must be understood that necromancy is not merely a school of magic, but an aspect of the foundational death rites at the heart of old Nibon. To attack the institution of necromancy is to strike at the very ties. Heard that thunder? Yeah, we still do have a storm. To strike at the very ties that bind the Nibon people to their ancestor and birthrights. Worse, even, is that these arguments can just as easily apply to other ancient and noble practices, such as the worship of the ancestor moth. No way. Who would try to ban the worship of ancestor moth? No way. After all, what is the weaving of ancestor silk but the capturing of a soul in enchantment? Well, let me think. The silk is not actually a moth, is it? It's being produced by a moth. If they were to capture the moth and do whatever with it, that would be capturing a soul. I think. I probably am right. I'm wrong. I mean, I am probably wrong, as I usually am. Are we to persecute the noble order of the ancestor moth too? Shall we burn our sacred silks to appease these boorish and anti-intellectual nations? This may seem farcical to some, but it is an easy step to make. Second, is the great importance that necromancy has played in the advancement of magic and arcane learning. The involvement of the Mages Guild in all this is quite puzzling. After all, their members benefit greatly from the Corporeal Redemptions Act, through which the Empire donates the bodies of executed criminals to trusted scholars. Sounds very... yeah, 17th century, yeah. Preceding, you know, the first public... how do you call it? When you know, cut the dead body open and examine it. Oh, gosh. I lack the word. Never mind. In this way, many great discoveries have been made in the fields of restoration. Yeah, exactly. Like medicine, obviously, benefited from those, public. Gee, what's the name of this practice? I guess my brain is not functioning at the moment. Anyway, alteration and alchemy, as well as lesser fields of study such as anatomy. A lesser field, yeah. A fact that the esteemed magisters are keen to forget. How, I wonder, will the ambitious master of the Imperial University continue their studies without the Imperial prison's constant supply of research material? Will they go out at night and rob the tombs, as some Breton wizards are wont to do? Third, we must recognize that not only the study, but also the fruit of necromancy is of great importance. Not in the way of servile revenants, as some no doubt assume, but as a priceless artifice and masterworks found in the strongholds of both the battle mage and merchant aristocracies. Many noble Neban families have their entire capital bound up in the shape of a reanimated chrysophant fish, a rare albino mud crab, or a delicate facsimile glyph moth. Facsimile glyph moth? Can anybody shed any light on this? I mean, I can imagine albino mud crab. I can imagine chrysophant fish, albeit not particularly well, but still fine. But facsimile glyph moth? I want to see it. Gosh, such wonders, worth their weight in gold when alive, and many times more after the taxidermist has wrought his craft, stay in families for generations and are often worth more than the palaces and manors they reside in. What will happen to this treasure trove if the provincial factions have their way? Will we burn the greater part of the Neban's wealth on a pyre? If so, we would not only lose countless works of art, but also most capital in the Neban Basin. An economical collapse would not be far off. Finally, don't you just die to see Neban here? In Project Cyrodiil? I just need to see this. I need to see those moths, glyph moths. And I really do need to see this Neban, this obscure, esoteric, necromantic. Yeah, Neban. Oh my goodness. This will be so cool. I just cannot wrap my head around that. Finally, we must not forget the sheer artistry of proper necromancy. The true necromancer does not murder or prey on the weak. He does not use his art to strain his life to unnatural lengths. And he does not call forth shambling horrors to serve as menial labor. Menial? I don't know the word. Need to check it. A true necromancer delights in a delicate play of tendons and bones. Ugh. The joy of making something that was once full of energy and vigor come to life again. An intellectual pleasure of tracing the workings of the mortal sphere, so skillfully designed by the divines, who no doubt would condone and encourage such curiosity in their children. Though necromancy, proper, thoughtful, noble necromancy, we what did I say? Through necromancy, we meditate on the significance of death. And so we come to understand the designs of the divines that much more clearly. No form of magic could be more virtuous. Well, I think Mary Shelley would disagree. Yeah. Let's put it back to the, red pile. And now I am really, I really do not know what to do now, because I am very much worried that whatever we do, I mean, if we type in any console command, see that? Oh gosh. Yeah, I am worried that whatever we type in, we will kill OBS, and I really do not want that. So maybe we should just go and find Strand, even though it is raining. Yeah. Horses. How about a selfie with a horsey? Not really. Not. Oh yes. That was great, don't you think? All right. Enough fooling around. I have enough of selfies for the rest of the year. And I don't even mean in-game year. I mean my year, normal year. All right. It will take us some time, And the weather is still very much under the dog. I mean, it's Polish saying under the dog. In English, it would be raining cats and dogs. Which, I must say, I don't really understand neither of them, nor do I want to. Okay. You know what? I will... Have I been here? I think yes. I will soon proceed. Well, maybe not that soon, because I need to finish Mages Guild quest and Itinerant Priests also. Oh, you are so adorable. I cannot... really, how can you just kill something that looks like a beaver? Beaver crossed with... I don't know. Not a rat, obviously. Anyway, they're such nice, nice and friendly looking creatures. I can barely understand why they're hostile. They're like guars, Hello. And you are not hostile at all. Stand up again. Please. Please, come on. Uh-huh. Up. Up. Great. I think, ladies and gentlemen, that we have just got ourselves a thumbnail. Anyway, what did I want to talk about? Yeah, I am about to start. That was silly. Yeah. Not that bad. But my magicka is like, I don't know. It could be stored in a very, very little cup. No, it's Fort Heath, so we need to go that way. Right. So what I was talking about, I'm about to start a kind of a project, and it will be called Leave No Stone Unturned. I will try to explore like every little bit of Anvil. So we will do that in a manner like we do field explorations in archaeology. Before we actually, do the excavations, more often than not, actually always, there's always some kind of surface sort of exploration. And we sort of look for some evidence of any archaeological finds that can be found on the surface, which means that we make some kind of a row of people. Yeah, so one person would stand like here, and the next person would stand like 3 meters or 5 meters, depends on the place and on how many people do you have at your disposal. And then the next person would stand like a couple of meters away. And then all of them would like walk, not like that, like walk. Where is my walk? Yeah, walk very slowly, looking on the ground and trying to find anything, like a piece of pottery or something, some kind of an extraordinary, I don't know, shape. Yeah, those thunders are like, and I want to do something like that. Obviously, I'm only one, so I will need to like go. How do you call it? Bustofalion. When you write and read, not from left to right, but from left to right to left to right. Do you understand what I'm saying? I will need to go through the whole map like that. Down and up. And down and up. Actually, it would make more sense to do it like that. Right, left and right and left and right, because there is this diving hell in here, and I will positively die if I will have to like dive, just dive. Yeah, so that's my plan. And it will be like the last thing I do here before heading back to Morrowind. Hopefully, when we are onto that, I will manage somehow to get rid of this constant rain. And I do understand the sound of rain is lovely, and I do love sound of rain as well. But there is something I love more than the sound of rain, and that is the visuals of the golden hour. And I haven't had any golden hour for a couple months. Far too long. Far too long. Yeah. Oh. Oh gosh, I know your
What may I
twin
do for you?
brother. Catherall, I know your twin brother. You've got a twin brother on Sturk. Yes. Ah, a visitor. Welcome. I am Catherall, importer and trader of general goods. Are you interested in a deer or basilisk hide to keep you warm at night? Oh, gosh, basilisk hide? However, do basilisks have hide? I thought they had scales. Ursa is trying to get inside. I need to get her in. Just a second. All right. I let her in. And I wonder where are the boys? Because both Emil and Eric are inside. And they are not here. They're not with me in my room. So I just hope that I will not find two dead bodies when I when I go downstairs. The pheromones that I bought for them seem not to work. I know, they've been on for like 3 or 4 days. So I guess they need at least a week, up to 10 days to, start working. But as for now, they just hate each other guts. Yeah, sorry to say. Anyway. Yeah, I thought basilisks had scales, not hide. But I think I've read too much. I've read too much Witcher. Yeah, because Witcher is not a video game. I mean, it is, but the proper Witcher is a book. A series of books, rather. And a very good one, also. Yeah. Or maybe some of my finest jugger to take the edge off. No, I don't drink, thank you. I also just acquired a Bosmeri Wenbone bow during our last Stride meet. You surely won't find better Valenwood stock on this side of the border. What is a Stride meet? Stride meets are ritual trade exchanges that happen annually between Valenwood and Cyrodiil. During a Stride meet, caravans of Bosmer and Colovian merchants meet at cairns along the bank of the Street River, hence the name, to trade alcohol, wood, flora, and other goods. Saint Valrad accidentally started them when he stopped a Cameron invading force at the Stride Bank and offered wine to their commander, and we've continued to have them in the Dassac Marsh region ever since. Alright. Who is Saint Valrad? Cannot tell me, but alright. Now, I don't want to barter with you, but I want to know something about the undead at Strand. You're here to clear out those creatures. That's good. But you'll need the key. The reef, Baron Valurian keeps it locked for our protection. Best he could do. He'll be in his house. Right. Actually, let me see.
You'll find the best prices right here.
Let me see what you've got. Latch break charm. No. Don't want that. Oh, it doesn't work. Okay, never mind. Oh, expensive dress. Oh, wow. It actually looks like... Yeah, it doesn't work. It actually looks like... yeah, a very short dress. Oh, great. Ursa has come to me, and you'll probably hear her now pumping the mic. Because she's touching the mic. Striking the mic. Anyway, she's basically saying, pat me. No, she jumped off. Yeah, you can never tell with this girl. Yeah, so what do you actually have? Rot mat? Oh gosh, what? Very, very strange things you've got here. Yeah, Wenbo bow. Actually, it's quite good. 1 to 37, and mine is, well, mine is obviously better, but mine is just the best. Right. No, my good lad, I'm not going to buy anything for now. What is that? Oh, rings. Okay. Yeah, very nice little shop. Now, where is the Reeves house? That, probably. Will you talk to me? Would you... Yes, thank you. I am Baron Valurian, the Revolver of Arcad. Yes, I know. Is it Arcad or Archer? You're here to clear out all to Strand. That's good, very good. You'll want this key then. Opens the trapdoor. It's practically right here on town. Gives anyone a fright. Make sure you get all of them. Strand's a short walk northeast of our town. Very short. Like I said, it's practically right here in town. Be sure you get all of the undead. Yeah?
Greetings to you.
I need a bed. And I am pretty sure there are no... Yeah, there are no hotels in this. Oh, that chicken. Resting is illegal. So you should have a hotel if you make resting illegal. Monarda flower. Monarda, I do have them in my garden. They are about to flower actually. Last I saw, they had quite a big buds, but quite big buds. Mandrake. I have no mandrakes in my garden. All right. Yeah. A trap door. No. No, thank you. Oh. I don't want to walk around in a bubble, you know. I really hate bubbles. Uh-huh. Great. Hello, Teddy. Will you let me through? He did. No, he didn't. But he cannot fit through the door. How nice. Oh, gosh. He's healing himself. Did you see that? He's healing himself. Oh, great. Now he found a way. Yeah, some more rain. I already forgot. The problem with rain. Yeah, I do not need any keys. Of course I don't. All right. Let's gear up. Now, where is Nucius's ring? Right. Right. Let's do that. Oh, he just left. Ooh. Come on. If I was to, you know, use magic to deal with them, I would need to, like... You see? 2 skeletons and I'm out of magicka. Bonkers. Really? I'll pinprick you. Great. Oh. I don't think I can do this, you know. I mean... It will take so much time to kill all those skeletons. It resisted magic. How on earth? Good thing I do have resist normal weapons. Great. Yeah, this will take like the whole day. By whom? I don't care. We've got some sunshine. I don't know. Maybe the curse is lifted. I mean, the curse of the overgrown tree. Well, because the others are downstairs. Wenbone arrow. Spoiled potions, not good. No loot. General.
Stupid!
I cannot leave without his soul, you know. Great. Is he a general? Oh yes, he is. Maybe I should trap his soul. Look, soul capacity only 200. However, the soul gem now costs 40 grand. Gosh. Yeah, but so this is too small. Okay. I will not get another one because the soul is too small. Wait, we need to use some scrolls. Great. That was actually neat. Another one. But this is just a legionnaire. I will pin trick you. How about... I think I can summon something, but yeah. Deal with him. My journal? Really? That's all? Really? I cannot believe that. Like 5 undead and that's all? Sorry, Paul. Appears you've got nothing to do. But you did well. Okay, some money. Shackles. Obviously, we are in prison. Water breathing, yes. Always. What is that? Broken bottle, broken things, ruined books. Oh gosh. Old journal entry. Our cart is burning. The dead crawled up to the water while Cameron's mages and Deidre set the jungle on fire. A few of the villagers took shelter inside Strand, but it's only a matter of time before they follow us down here. We have no hope facing such a host. A collapsed wall beyond the armory revealed an old smuggler's passage. Perhaps we could collapse the passage behind them. Old smuggler's passage beyond the armory wall. Where is the armory? Look, where is the armory? But now we know, because in the Aelid ruin, Gulaida, yes, the entrance was really, really well hidden, and you couldn't really see it on the minimap. So in here, it will probably hidden equally well. It would help if I knew where the armory was. Funny, I have never been fond of numismatics. Oh. Somebody closed an empty bookcase. Well, people act strange in the situation of distress. I am upset. I want to find the smuggler's passage. But all right, okay. They said they will manage to collapse it, so it could be any rubble. But okay, it appears that I will need to look for some answers. So if anybody knows what's wrong with this, maybe it's here. What's going on with this passage, old smuggler's passage, and why can I not find it? Then, yeah. Any help would be most welcome. Look, we've got some sunshine, which is probably just temporary. But, well, It looks really good. Let's hope it stays that way. Bandit's head? Oh, yes. It was a long time ago when I killed those. Sorry, I don't know what happened. You cleaned out old Strand. That's very good. You've done a service to Arcad. Take this. I won't be needing it anymore. Steel saber of locking. Steel saber of locking. Yeah, why would I need that? I mean, in Tamriel we built, in Morrowind there is one place where you basically you rent a bed, you rent a room, and in the morning you are robbed. So I gather it would be best if you could lock yourself in, so that the thief wouldn't get inside. But apart from that, oh look, how funny! Yeah. Apart from that, I cannot imagine why would I lock myself, you know? Right, ooh. I have not been here before? Impossible. I'm not going to rob the good lad. I like those drawers. Yeah. No, I'm not going to rob him. Sponge and soap, of course. It's very important to, you know, manage the hygiene. Ah, see that cigar and map of West Colombia. Yeah. All right. It's got, you know, a quiet, cozy little cottage. I mean, my cottage is obviously more beautiful, but still. Right. So let's recall, shall we? Yeah.
I like what I see.
This year, we are done. They're all dead. Fully, I mean, good. Yeah. I'm sure the people of Arcad will be more than grateful to the guild. Take this cuirass. It's something else I wore in my Legion days. Speak to me, you are prepared for further duties. Silver cuirass of the warlock. Oh wow. Heavy armor again. Oh wow. Look at you. You do not look like a rogue anymore. However, you obviously are a rogue. And I don't really think you should wear heavy armor. Right. So, what I'm going to do now is to go outside and check the weather. Because I'm pretty sure that... Alright. Breaths in. Let's walk around for some time. If I walk from one side of Anvil to the other, still frostfall, alright. I think I will I could officially announce that my weather problem is done.
What was that?
Would be really great, because I really miss my golden hour shots. I have not taken many since all this shenanigans started. Look. Look at that. We've got sunshine. We've got shadows. We've got god rays. I just hope it is done. If it did the trick, really, so it would mean that you need to do the overgrown tree quest and then be patient for a day or two. And then your problems are solved. Look at that. We do finally have some sunny Anvil again. Like a proper holiday destination it's supposed to be.
Please, by all means, I'm listening.
Well, it seems I'm so happy because I was already thinking about, you know, trying to find some console commands to clear the weather, you know. So good. So good. I do not need to. Just great. Just great. And I know none of this shot is frame-worthy, but I'm just so happy that I can see some sunshine. And besides, I think we've got an evening. It is the evening, so the light is quite subtle and orangey. Yeah. Yeah, I guess the weather problem is done. However, I still need to sort out the pearl problem. But it can wait. It's fine. All right. I guess we are next to Fort Teldrak. No, we are not. Where are we? Crikey, Anvil is so blooming big. It's just unbelievable. All right, we are on San Bando Square with no tree. Yeah, no tree. What a bummer. So, since we are in Fort Teldrak, with this beautiful, yeah, look at that. Yeah, look at that. Oh, I'm so happy. Really. There's only one thing that could make me more happy at the moment, and that is a telephoto lens. Yeah. So, since we are here, we could talk to the itinerant priest who is stationed somewhere here. Listen to the crickets. Now, I don't really remember.
Ah, friend, how does the day greet you?
Actually, the day is saying goodbye at the moment, but yeah. I remember one of you. No. Someone had this dialogue about. Oh yes, Luaki. That's the name of the itinerant priest who's been volunteering on the TM Quintira's shield. So, let's go to the ship.
I'd be happy to talk.
Which one would it be? Probably the other one, because it's just my luck. Yeah. She's breathing heavily. Don't I have enough of selfies? Of course I do.
Don't press your luck.
Oh, it's the right. Akrian Ulius. Welcome aboard.
Any time now.
Oh.
What say you?
Now, where is our good priest?
I'm a busy guy, so if you could hurry this up.
I'm a busy girl as well. Rasia Zentia. All right.
Tomorrow. Good luck.
You're the cook. Well, I don't think the priest is behind the locked door. Come on, where is the priest? Luaki, the itinerant priest. He volunteered to serve as a priest on our ship this season in exchange for bed and board. He's a decent enough chaplain, and he stays out of our way during our work, so we don't mind having him around. If you're looking for him, he's probably somewhere around here. Oh,
If you want
great.
something, now's the time to talk.
Really? Hello, have you heard the call to join the itinerant priests? Our order is loosely structured one, but we do have some simple rules and requirements. Let's hear them then. Aim to live and act virtuously in all that you do. Always look to help and protect one another. Look to live a life of charity, wisdom, and service. Follow your heart, your mind, and your soul, and work to become a person you would be proud to be. Never steal from another member. Yeah. Avoid harming anyone unless it is absolutely necessary. The itinerant priests thrive on adaptability and openness, so we welcome members from all walks of life. But life on the road can be hard, and most members are skillful in some way. Some are persuasive speakers, some are skilled in the arts of restoration, mysticism, or alchemy. Some are more athletic than they look. When unable to avoid a fight, some have demonstrated their skill with a staff or mace, and some have been known to move about in their robes as deftly as an Abyssinian swashbuckler. Swashbuckler. Whatever swashbuckler is, I have no idea. Anyway, yeah. I'm a priest who provides spiritual support to the Navy sailors on this ship. I have been aiding them in charity and service ever since the Soul Rest Uprising. Although I am Inasai, I consider myself imperial. I have never been to Yinasla, or anywhere else in the Padomai Isles. Neither have my parents, nor their parents before them. So that's why he looks a little bit, you know, unordinary. All right, join. An exploration of your faith can be challenging, but you look like you are prepared for the journey. Any member of the itinerant priest can welcome someone who has heard the call. We simply ask that, should you choose to join, you affirm your commitment to embody the virtues we aim to live by and agree to the rules we choose to follow. Will you join us? Sure. Very good. Welcome to the Order, layman. If I can assist you with anything, don't hesitate to ask. But if you're ready to assist me, I have some works in mind you might be able to help with. Yeah. Oops. What is that? It looked, for a second, it looked like a bowl for a cat, but I don't think any cat eats seed leaves. Right. So, here we are. We joined the Order and we fixed the weather. Actually, let me... I don't know. I do not have any, so... Yeah. The weather looks clear. Look at Massa. Where's Secunda? Maybe she's not risen yet. Look at that. I've already forgotten how beautiful it is. Yeah, so many days and without sun and so many nights without the moons. Yeah, great. Right, so that would be all for today. Thank you very much for hanging out with me and bearing with all this shenanigans. Anyway, see you soon. Ta-ra!